Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So this video is actually different from any other video I've ever made. So this is on the PvZ Iceberg. So yeah, I made this Plants vs. Zombies Iceberg all by myself. So anyways, let's dive deep into it. Basically, if you don't know what an iceberg is basically a chart of obscure trivia or knowledge from a certain type of media or just anything. For example, like there's Super Mario 64 icebergs, there is Sonic icebergs, YouTube icebergs, even Plants vs. Zombies icebergs. But today I'll be covering my own iceberg. EA. Basically, if you don't know who EA is basically a game publisher and developer. And if you know anything about EA, they're pretty scummy. And they love to buy IPs and ruin them. But that's besides the point. So basically, in around 2011, EA bought PopCap for over at least $100 million. Because that's like when Plants vs. Zombies, when it was in its peak. Like, it was like super popular. So, yeah, they bought it. And then everyone always criticizes EA for the reason why the franchise is dead and how it is now. But I wouldn't say it's their fault entirely. But they did do a lot of scummy things to the franchise. So they're kind of bad guys and kind of not bad guys. PvZ 2. Basically, what PvZ 2 is, PvZ 2 is, well, the sequel of PvZ 1 that came out in 2013. And this game brought a lot of stuff into the series. So basically, this game's theme is you would travel throughout time. So that's why it's like subtitle is it's about time. But then technically it's not the second game, but that's okay. And it gave us a lot of plants like bok choy and snapdragon, like a lot of popular plants like those. There was also a lot of worlds, but this is like the game where a lot of the microtransactions and ads started appearing. And yeah, not much people enjoyed it, but PvZ 2 is still, like, people still say to this day that it's one of the best Plants vs. Zombie games, and honestly, I can agree with them. PopCap. Basically, PopCap is a studio that is behind the creation of Plants vs. Zombies, and they distribute and created the game. PopCap is known for other popular games like Bejeweled and Peggled, and like older games that they've created. Now, PopCap was bought by EA in 2011, as we discussed in the EA entry, but I just wanted to go over that again if you forgot. But yeah, PopCap is still the main developers and stuff making Plants vs. Zombie games to this day. So they're not really like EA's just only like they own the franchise, but like they don't have much creative control over it. So yeah, this is what the PopCap entry is. PvZ 3. Now, PvZ 3 is a very interesting game just to talk about by itself. So, PvZ 3 has had over like 2 different versions of itself. I'll be explaining the first soft launch and the second soft launch. The first soft launch had a very ugly 3D art style that everyone hated. So then they deleted the first soft launch, and then the second soft launch came out with this new art style that I actually really enjoy and like, and they made the gameplay way better. But the thing is with PvZ 3, even if it's still in an open beta soft launch, there's still like a bunch of microtransactions. And like there was a lot of stuff that was not in the game, like core mechanics were gone. Like being able to choose your seeds and stuff like that. And like the sun mechanic has like been changed. So instead of 25, then 50 sun, then 75 sun, then 100 sun. Instead, it's kind of like a Clash Royale thing where it's like, no, that's so. In the original version of PvZ 3, they had a more Clash Royale type sun system where Sunflower just stand corner and then just making sun generating. And then in the new soft launch, like the newest version, like instead sun is like you don't get 25 then like 50 then 75 then 100. Instead of it's like 1 2 3 4. So yeah, it's not that bad of a change. But then a year ago PvZ 3 soft launch just got discontinued, so we haven't heard much from the team so far, but we hope that at least they can make PvZ 3 better. Garden Warfare. So basically, if you don't know what the Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare games are, basically, it's like Plants vs. Zombies, but with a first-person skin, similar to Call of Duty and other games like that. And it's like a first-person shooter, yes. It's a third-person shooter, actually. But I think there is like some glitches that make you in first person. And so there's 3 games in total in the Garden Warfare trilogy. I am counting Battle for Neighborville in this because Battle for Neighborville is like really similar to the Garden Warfare games. So that's why I'm just counting Battle for Neighborville in this 3 games. So Garden Warfare 1 was like what I just described, and then Garden Warfare 2 came out with new plant heroes, new zombie heroes like Super Brains and Plants vs. Zombie Heroes and stuff. And then like it basically it upgraded from the original game. Like there was a new hub world called the Backyard Battleground, and then there's Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, which Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is like a worse version of Garden Warfare and stuff. It has a similar art style to PvZ 3, but it's like not an art style that like looks very ugly like PvZ 3. Overall, I think BFN's a good game, but I honestly think the Garden Warfare games are better than it. So yeah, that's this entry. PvZ plushies. So with basically every single game franchise and media, there's bound to be merchandise. And the most popular kind of Plants vs. Zombies merchandise are plushies. Now, there's a lot of different types of plushies. Like, there's pea-shooter plushies. There's like zombie plushies. There's tons and tons of Plants vs. Zombies plushies out there. And in part 3, we'll be discussing the category for Plants vs. Zombies plushies. So, yeah. Stick around and make sure to have notifications on so you can see that part of the iceberg. PvZ Heroes. Now, basically, PvZ Heroes is a card strategy game, which is like, it takes Plants vs. Zombies and just makes it into a card strategy game, where like, there's like, and hence the name Plants vs. Zombie Heroes. There's a bunch of plant heroes and zombie heroes you can play as, such as Super Brains, Green Shadow, Solar Flare, Citron, some plants and zombies from Garden Warfare 2. So yeah, a lot of those. And honestly, PvZ Heroes is a really fun game. If you want to go see gameplay of it, I have some gameplay in this part series where I play PvZ Heroes, so you can check that out too. Here's our last entry on our list, China. Now, basically, what this entry talks about is how, basically, PvZ is, like, super popular in China. There's a bunch of different types of games, different versions of games, like PvZ 2 Chinese Edition. You've at least heard about PvZ 2 Chinese Edition, at least once, probably, if you've ever seen any videos or trivia on Plants vs. Zombies. But, yeah, also, for part 4, there's a category for the Chinese games and stuff for PvZ. in this iceberg. So yeah, if this video gets 10 likes, I'll make a part 2 for the comics section. Anyway, guys, I hope you had a great day. And if you liked this iceberg, then make sure to hit a like and subscribe button. And remember, if this video gets 15 likes, I'll make a part 2. But I'll probably make a part 2 either way, even if I don't make it to that milestone. Anyway, see you guys later.